It's me.
That makes sense.
Handsome, I'm back. You know, this is just the second part of that Renegade verse that y'all already been hearing. We went on the first part. You could go check that out. And we talked about their first verses. We got me, Handsome High.
James Rich.
Big Thunder, Big U.
All right, and then we get into these second verses of Renegade here. Seth, it's on you, man.
Okay. So Jay said, I had to hustle. Back to the wall, ashy knuckles, pockets filled with a lot of lint. Not a cent, got a vent. Lot of innocent lives lost on the project bench. What you hollering? Gotta pay rent, bring dollars in.
Hold on. Who's he talking to? What you hollering? Gotta pay rent, bring dollars in. What they said to him? Who he talking to?
He's been consistently speaking to the powers that be that are trying to judge a man. They say, oh, but he's a dope dealer, when he ain't a dope dealer no more. He's a millionaire now, but he sold drugs, he did this. They judging where he came from to get where he is, when they never had to be crotched over after the, you know what I'm saying? They never had to worry about child support. They never had to worry about those things that he talked about in that first verse, getting to the position where he is now.
Innocent lives lost on that project.
There you go.
I mean, he's broke. He's trying to figure out a way
to
do something for his family.
He had to hustle. Back to the wall.
I mean, Loaded Lux would have told him why he ain't learned how to fly playing through the friendly skies. But keep going, Seth.
That's a fact. Feeling braver, do rag, wrapping my waves up.
He had waves
full of hope.
Son,
Have
pockets
Hov
full
ever
of
had
hope.
waves?
He said, do not step to me, I'm awkward. I box lefty and often. My pops left me and often. My mama wasn't home. Could not stress to me, I wasn't grown. Especially on nights I brought something home to quiet the stomach rumblings. My demeanor, 30 years my senior. My childhood didn't mean much. Only raising green up. Raising my fingers to critics, raising my head to the sky. Big, I did it. Multi before I die. No lie. I know I chose my own fate. I drove by the fork in the road and went straight.
So since you ended, I mean, that's the verse, right? I drove by the fork in the road and went straight. What does that mean to you, Seth?
That's one of my favorite parts of that
What's
verse.
that mean, man?
That he was given a set of choices to choose from. And he said, I'm not choosing none of those.
I don't want either one of those choices.
I'm gonna do what I want to do, which is empowering, without speaking about being, without saying, you know, I empower. He
right.
Yeah, there are people out there that are in situations where it's like you choose between the pot and the kettle. He said, nah, I'm gonna choose the frying pan.
So I'm gonna quote Hov because he explains this line in the Decoding, the book. He said,
wonderful book.
I love this concept. Instead of being forced into a effed up choice where you lose either way, choose your own path. The fork in the road I was presented with was either having those pockets full of lint or pockets full of dope. I went straight, stopped selling drugs, but I also didn't accept the false choice between poverty and breaking the law. I found my own way through, and with music, I try to help others see their way through it too.
And again, the master of the double entendre, he went to the fork in the road and went straight, but he also went straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It talks about that. I didn't even get to that, but that's a fact.
He went straight.
That's a fact. So let's see. What else can we talk about? Like, what's your favorite part in this verse?
I like what you did in the first, the favorite verse. Like that whole part when do not step to me, I'm awkward. I box lefty and often. My pops left me and often. My mama wasn't home. Like the wordplay in itself.
He was trying to keep up with M, huh?
I mean. The wordplay in this verse, the wordplay is crazy. The double entendres is crazy, and just the reality, you know, of it. Like that's what's so dope to me about his verses is like he can make something so heavy seem like beautiful. Like the way he explains it is just so intricate and it's visual. You can see it. Like you can picture him at home by himself with no father, but his mom's at work. I mean, it's just, you know, that's my favorite part of the wordplay and just what the visualization of it. Crazy.
Okay.
And for me, it's the same thing, and it goes back to what you were talking about with him being a skilled rapper and those shots you were talking about. I think that because Eminem came with the Scoobity Doobity Doobie flow.
I don't think he did Scoobity Doobity.
Nah,
but I got you.
I'm not saying it.
Scoobity Doobity
No. I'm saying the flow. His flow was in a pocket that it was like.
I get what you saying.
Yes, it was hypnotizing. It was hypnotizing almost. Where
was crazy.
Nah, it was. He was on a certain. You know what I'm saying?
That was crazy.
So Jay was trying to get a message across in that first verse, and heard M's verse like, this guy is in rapping.
Crazy.
Yeah, he's on rap god mode right now. So for a second, I'm gonna show people with this.
Yeah,
I box left me, I'm awkward. My pops left me, and off. Yeah, he gonna show him that I'm in there too. But then stay true to that message and move on. You know.
What's your favorite part of that verse?
I guess it would probably be, I really got into the flow, like, cause it's two parts. It's how he starts the verse, right?
Yeah.
I had to hustle, cause I feel like
he came up.
Yeah, I feel like he seen what M did in that first verse.
Yeah.
And he said, if I'm going first, now it's like the song keeps going up. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like.
That's what you supposed to,
You know what I mean? That's what it feels.
He to come out in the beginning of the verse, say, I had to hustle. It's like,
listen, let me talk. Let me talk about it.
Isn't it always a battle though?
Let me talk about it. You know what I mean? So when he jumps out, I had to hustle, my back to the wall, ashy knuckles, pockets filled with a lot of lint, not a cent, got a vent, lot of innocent lives lost on the project bench.
What you hollering?
So it's just the moment he said that, the back to the had to hustle, ashy knuckles, the way he rhymed it in that one line, I was like, oh nah, it's getting crazy.
Yeah, he went crazy.
It's getting crazy. You know what I mean? And like you said, the awkward box left me and off, and my pops left me and off, and my mama I love that part too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a dope verse,
amazing.
Man. It's a very dope verse. I mean, let's be clear.
To the end.
This is not one of Jay-Z's best verses.
I was gonna say that, and that's what's crazy be clear. To me. I'm like, this is the funny part to me about the debate. I'm like, this is not even top 10 to me favorite verses from Hov, which is crazy. It shows how good he is. Like he's different. Hov is just next level when it comes to the bars.
All right. So, Rich, you going to read the M verse now. I mean,
Slim
read
Shady.
your boy.
So
you put me on to him.
Let's get some time to get into it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, all right. So M starts and he goes, see, I'm a poet this summer, regular modern day Shakespeare. Jesus Christ, the king of these latter-day saints here, to shatter the picture in which of that as they paint me, as a monger of hate, Satan, a scatterbrained atheist. But that ain't the case. See, it's a matter of taste. We as the people who decide if Shady's as bad as they say he is, or is he the latter, a gateway to escape, media scapegoat, who they can be mad at today.
Hold on, stop right there. Stop right there. This is what I'm talking about.
Lyrical ability is just another.
That's what I'm saying.
Level.
That's something we don't even really got to talk about because it's happening. You hear it, you can't even stay away from it. The lyrical ability is happening.
But I think, like Hov said, I said Hov, like Seth has said.
I'm like Hov.
It's crazy because
you like Hov with me, bro.
These
I
guys
tell you the whole time with rapping.
These guys are doing this and then saying so much.
Yeah.
That's what's like crazy about it. Like to do as Seth said, Scoobity Doobity, but then say all of this.
That flow is crazy.
It's crazy.
As I'm saying, I'm really not trying to disrespect the son. That flow, it almost puts you in a it's like hitting the sun.
Yeah, you in a trance. So I want to say, like this is where he's going, but that ain't the case. See, it's a matter of taste. We as a people decide if Shady's as bad as they say he is.
And the next one, or like what I don't know, another thing you might have seen is that he's also juxtaposing within his own verse. So if you see, he keeps saying this or that, this or that, this or that, in like 10 different ways.
Come on.
Like,
talk to him, M.
That's kind
you're my favorite white boy, right?
That's kind of crazy. He starts off by saying, I'm a poet to some regular modern day Shakespeare.
Facts.
He could be Jesus Christ or a monger of hate, Satan. Like the way he's juxtaposing his own life and verse in the verse is like technically, it's like wow, because you could listen to it and say, yeah, he's saying back and forth, but he's also saying back and forth, back and forth in the verse, which I think is like wow. He wrote that and said, I'm gonna do this. Like I'm gonna do something special for the people.
He's almost comparing and contrasting his own stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, is it this or is it that?
And he's not giving you the answer.
Yeah, but again, that's why for real, in the comparison, all of the negative whatever or the questions that people have or whatever, they come from him and his own material.
So I don't think he's denying that though. But I don't think he's denying that.
But then what other rapper at that level is able to do that? None. And it's because he's
able to do what?
You said because be clear. Yeah, I don't know.
What are you saying? Able to do what?
Yeah.
I didn't want to do this as like a battle thing to pull up lyrics of things that he said that people can't say things that he said and he's saying them.
Okay.
Like most rappers are trying to stay away from saying the types of things that
at that time people were saying a lot. DMX was saying pretty much anything he wanted.
I'm saying
not on all of his songs are that. You know what I'm saying?
But
DMX had
I think you go far with that.
No. He has
at this time.
It's
And
definitely
I don't
his album definitely leads towards entertainment, storytelling about weird things.
But crazy, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All crazy stories.
100%. But there's stories.
Yeah, they're not.
Which is fine.
Entertainment stories. So
But
it's like
that's what I'm saying.
You can't.
Hip hop. I will always call
So
hip hop.
are you telling me? Because now we're gonna just have a quick go into that. But are you telling me since the beginning of time, hip hop has always been direct about something specific that wasn't entertainment?
No.
A hip hop, a hip
hop has always been held to task for being some kind of vile something since it came out. They tried to get rid of it. They tried to ban people, all kind of stuff. They always, because of stuff that they say when the hip hop artists have always been saying, we just like Al Pacino or whoever, we're acting. But so when Eminem comes out and he's like, oh, people are saying you're in hip hop, bro. It's like,
do you think it's fair when I ask you, do you think it's fair that that's part of why people love him? Because he took what people want to do and did it great, amazingly, and wasn't afraid about it. I know you're saying he feels free because he's white.
There's a reason. Yeah.
But I feel like there's a bunch of artists that were, as left as he was. I don't think they were because I think that's the creative part of him. To do an album like EB was just saying, like
LP,
to do an album
show.
That's like a movie that tell all these stories. It's not like that's what rappers were doing. Like it's one thing to say he's coming out and doing what other people are doing. He's taking it further. No, he's doing what not a lot of rappers were doing, making visual albums that were also good. I think that's the key too. A lot of people we can go tell great stories, right? But is it fire? That's the thing.
Back to the verse.
All right.
Yeah. So I don't want to get
media
left.
Scapegoat, who they could be mad at today. They could see as the easiest cake, simple as whistling Dixie, while I'm waving a pistol at 60 Christians against me. Go to war with the Mormons, take a bath with the Catholics in holy water. No wonder they tried to hold me under longer. I'm a mother spiteful, delightful, eyeful, the new Ice Cube. Mother hate to like you. What did I do? I'm just a kid from the gutter making this butter off these bloodsuckers. Cause I'm a
and then that's how he ends it right there. You feel me?
Cause he's
making the butter off of these bloodsuckers. Y'all are paying me. Y'all see what I'm doing.
Y'all hate me.
Y'all hate me, but y'all are still gonna pay me to continue to make this music that y'all are claiming to hate.
I think for me, aside, we know the flow is legendary. We know, just the technical skills is crazy. I just think there's a freedom that he brought, and it's on full display here. Like talking about religion, talking like Seth said, right? A lot of artists. So you can say some don't want to talk about it, but I personally don't think a lot of artists are even thinking about these things. I don't think that because they're speaking from their point of view, which is what M brought to the game. He's a white dude that grew up in a trailer park, so he has a totally different perspective. And I think that's the other part that makes what he's saying so great is the perspective. Like, just like we talked about Hov, right? Hov is telling his perspective.
Facts.
Which is why we love it, because it's a perspective. It's like, oh, shoot. But we relate to it, obviously, right? So for me, for Eminem to be telling his perspective and still make it relatable, I think that's what makes him special. For kids from the gutter to hear M and be like, ooh, I think that's special.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the, like I said before, I think the main thing that we try not to talk about too much, but it's the clear point is he's white and we're black. So he says a bunch of crazy things that it's
Maybe
like,
our
what are
culture,
you,
we
like,
wouldn't
yeah,
say.
what are you, what? Why would you saying that? That sounds mad gay. Why, like, whoa. Like, I mean, hey, yo.
Like, we don't necessarily
Yeah,
say
like,
those type
nigga,
of
that
things.
don't even sound funny to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And as Seth is saying, we grew up in a community where it seems like every time we do something a little bit wrong, we get chastised for it. You know what I mean? Like, it gets crazy for us. So I know exactly what Seth is trying to say. You know what I mean? I do also, it's like I said, I was 13 when this came out. You know what I mean? When M was rapping, I was 10 probably. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was just entertainment as a 10-year-old. I don't really even know what he's talking about. It just sounds cool. The flows are so crazy that it just sounds cool. You know what I mean? So I know a lot of us will say it didn't, what is it? It didn't grow well. It didn't age well. It didn't age well.
But one thing,
this didn't age well.
I'm not saying this, but I'm saying that most of
Eminem
Eminem's stuff, right?
When we're comparing and contrasting two things that are of such a high level, I don't want you guys or anybody to think that what I'm taking away from Eminem in a comparison of two super high level things is saying that what he did is not higher level than everybody that was doing what they doing at the time. But in the conversation of what we're saying, that's the only that my discussion only exists in that plane.
I mean,
if you're talking about other people.
One thing too, because we was talking to Angel, talking to my sister, and she said I was crazy.
My sister too.
Yeah, she was saying like,
I'm about to say y'all.
she was saying like, I was talking to the people.
Got you.
She was saying how in our culture, we weren't allowed to do a lot of things, and not just by the powers that be. Our own culture didn't allow us to be our full selves. It wasn't cool to be smart. It wasn't cool, right? So that's to me what the other beauty of bringing a new perspective is, especially for somebody like me, a young black kid, to be like, oh, okay, I can see things different.
Jay is a master, his strategy. Even I think that he would do the song to bring Eminem so that Eminem could say those things, because if he had those same points of view, they might be taken differently. His attack has to be at a specific thing. Yeah. Eminem can go then attack. He gonna come attack this, and Eminem could attack everything. Yeah, attack everything else.
So at the end
but
of the day,
Jay-Z's verses is still better. Just in case you want to ask that.
I mean, obviously.
You want to ask that?
Hold on,
I'm never saying no one's verse is better.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, his verse could be better in content for you.
It's all opinion. Exactly.
Eminem's verse could be better in the entertainment version because he said, "And he escaped, go, and he just say, he was whistling Dixie as I'm waving at his
and you know what we said? I talked about with Jay. We said like how visual his verse is. I feel like M did the same thing.
But no,
when you think about waving a pistol with 60 Christians against me, go to war, you could picture that. Well, no wonder they tried to hold me under longer. It's like a movie.
Yeah.
It's like a movie. It's like, this is crazy.
So what I will say is, like, for me, it's simple. Like, Jay-Z's verse when he's talking, like I said, I really feel like I'm like, I know that. I've been there. I've seen that. I got you, ho. You know what I'm saying?
I know that. I feel
you know what I mean? That. When M raps, I'm like, oh, this is crazy. But I feel like that's a message. You know what I mean? Like, we making music, y'all paying me money, and then y'all mad at what I'm saying as if I'm the reason that the world is bad. Yeah. Because that's what he's talking about. They paint a picture of him like he's the reason that the kids went and shot up this school and doing this. If y'all believe it's M's, you know what I mean, that's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
it's the same. It's the same thing on with the drug. So they say Jay-Z, he got millions of dollars. He has this company. He's doing, because Eminem's story stops at the words. It stops there. Jay-Z's story continues to grow. Whatever he's trying to do in the world. Every time it's like, you sold drugs. Yeah. You sold drugs.
Nah, facts.
You see what I'm saying? Facts. So he's like, so is that what I am? I'm just a drug dealer? I'm
facts.
not.
He's clearly not. You know what I mean? He's clearly not.
They're both doing.
You got to put a poll up.
They're both doing.
Listen, man,
the same type of thing.
So
who won Renegade?
Rich, who has the best verse on Renegade in your opinion?
God, I can't go against Hov.
Say less. Seth, who has the best verse on Renegade?
I can't go against Hov.
Listen,
I'm gonna say a tie.
Hov second verse.
I'm gonna say it's a tie.
I will. Listen. If Hov is, if Seth is Hov, if Seth is saying Hov on the second verse, M on the first verse, then it's a tie. It's just a classic record.
That's
saying where it comes
you guys,
from.
So
No. What are you saying,
battle
Seth?
rap. That's what I'm saying.
What
we
are
do
you
battle
saying?
rap. I can say the first is debatable. I would respect anybody saying
M
somebody
got the first verse.
Second verse, Hov
smoked them.
He showed. Look, message. Here's my oobity doobity here, right here, and then I go back into what I do, and
I definitely agree with you. I think even though M's flow is dope on the second, I don't like even you talking about the pistol at 60 Christians against me, go to war with the Mormons. I don't really like that part so much.
I think that's the part that a lot of people think he won on. Because I think it's the animation of it,
right?
The yelling, right? Hov talks in a monotone, but when he goes in,
no wonder they
tried to hold me on the longer.
I'm a mother, spiteful, delightful,
the new ice cube.
But like I said, he didn't fool me. He didn't fool me with it.
I'm just saying, though, a lot of people. That's the part where people make
he did the
like if it was a battle rap,
he did everything. Look at me over
I'm
here.
strapped in.
That's what he did right there.
That's what he did.
That was his move. He did his move,
and that's the part. A lot of people, when you see them talk about it, they talk about that part specifically,
right?
Because he just took it to another level, like with energy and that. So that's why to me it's tough to. I cannot say M lost.
Well, then don't say nothing. Don't say nothing if you can't say it. Listen, man, this is verse for verse. I appreciate y'all checking us out. We got amazing verses coming from every genre. It's gonna be a beautiful day and moment in life for y'all to experience with us.
Word.
Got the three brothers here. Y'all ain't never get to see this.
What they say, comment, like,
subscribe.
Because motherfuckers hate to like you.
Word.
What did I do?
Verse for verse, we out of here. It's Handsome High, James Richard, Big U.
Big U.
Peace.
All right.
These biting my style, I hope they got dental plans. So get it straight from the source and cut out the middleman. Get that.